EA Sports NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. The scene a moment ago, unlike any other in the NFL for a lot of years. The crowd here in Carson might be half the size of a normal NFL stadium, but they are twice as loud as their Chargers get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Go, go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's go, let's go.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do. They don't want to know. They don't want to know this.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. A big run there by Freeman. Give him 53 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, Roger. Very left, very left. Roger, Roger, Roger.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Looking back to week 1 for Melvin Gordon, by his standards, just an okay game on the ground, 64 yards on 15 carries.
But he also gets it done catching the football. He's a complete back, and in this ball game, he had 102 yards off of 9 catches, so we'll see plenty of that as the season develops. But how about what he's done in his first 3 years in the league? 33 catches as a rookie to 41 to 58 last year. I think those numbers will continue to go up. And he improved as a receiver started at the University of Wisconsin. We knew he needed to add to his game.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. How many times have we seen this? Rivers to Gates on 3rd down to keep the Charger drive alive. On 1st and 10, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Rivers now. Right side catch. This is Gates. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
Denver's offense here, and you know, with their running backs, you kind of use that acronym that fantasy owners dread, RBBC, running back by committee. I think that's what's developing in the Mile High City.
Yeah, I think that everyone thought week 1 Royce Freeman would carry the load, the rookie out of Oregon, because he had a big preseason, had passed Devontae Booker for the number of carries that he was going to get for the season, which would be considerable. But how about Phillip Lindsay, the rookie out of Colorado? Let me repeat this, though. The undrafted rookie out of Colorado, 71 yards on 15 carries, left Colorado as the Bucs' career leader in all-purpose yards. They thought he'd be a kick return specialist. Turns out he's going to get a full load in the backfield as well.
And they'll go on the ground. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Desmond King making the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
We're good. Right, 20. Jam.
Throwing is Keenum on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, CD, looking back to last week, one interesting thing certainly was that tie between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. You know, that was the first Week 1 tie since 1971.
Yeah, I think our research tells us that the Broncos and Dolphins tied 10-10. And remember, overtime was instituted by the NFL starting with the 1974 season. So this is unbelievable, those two teams tied. Cleveland was +5 in turnover margin, had their chances, and got a field goal block down the stretch that would have won the game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had a field goal late in OT too, and they missed it wide left. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
Hey, Delta! All right. White, 380! Red.
To the air again here, Rivers. On the out route, incomplete. That's Williams. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Domata Peko never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, Rivers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Antonio Gates that time. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Keenum now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
22! 22! 52, 55, 52. Hey, 52!
Second and 10. Keenum here again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And McManus able to put it through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Here's Desmond King on the return. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. A good pickup there of 22.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
White! Hey, Rocket!
Rivers on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And that'll bring up second down.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Chargers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey. 4 down.
Again, it's Rivers. Steps away to his left. Benjamin's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
That boy's got 4 down.
Done! Ran Delta! Hey, Delta!
They're going to run. This is Gordon. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Point after now from Sturgis. Sturgis for the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll run it here. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
First and 10, here's Keenum. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brandon Mebane breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Keenum to throw on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Now Keenum. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
On is the punter King to send it away. Returning, it's Benjamin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. Rivers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter.
Let's go. Left to right.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll take this one down to the 36. A gain of 3, second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Rivers now on second down. Gates has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open down the field. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. He'll get it up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. It's the fullback taking it in from a yard out, and the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.